The story begins in Taiwan's capital city, Taipei. Here, a powerful seafood tycoon named Kwang was facing court cases for violating the ban on net fishing. Kwang grew angry at his lawyers. Frustrated, he called his wife Joey. But instead of answering, Joey had gone to a car showroom, where she was taking a Ferrari for a test drive. From her driving, it was clear that Joey not only loved fast cars but also handled them with incredible skill. The salesman was stunned by her driving. After she stopped the car, Joey coolly remarked that its timing was a little off. The showroom staff adjusted the timing for her within an hour. Joey then drove the car home, where Kwang was already waiting. He told her that the court trials had officially begun that day. Joey asked who the snitch was, and Kwang looked at her. Joey quickly reminded him that a wife can't testify against her husband. Kwang let the matter go but asked if she really needed the new Ferrari. Joey replied that she got it for him, wishing him a happy birthday. Afterward, Joey went to her son Raymond. She adored him deeply, but Raymond was busy packing his bag, convinced that Kwang would soon end up in prison. He accused his stepfather of destroying the entire marine ecosystem, but Joey tried to calm him down. Raymond then asked why she had ever married Kwang. Joey confessed that long ago, when they desperately needed help, Kwang was the one who had stepped in. Raymond pressed her about his real father. Joey didn't like talking about it. All Raymond knew was that his biological father had been a pastry chef who died in a car accident. The scene now shifts to Minneapolis, where we see a bloodied man named John. As the police placed handcuffs on him, another officer intervened, saying he was her undercover agent. John's partner, Officer Santiago, was in critical condition. When John's superior asked what had happened, he explained. Santiago had been recording everything, but he accidentally dropped his badge. The gangsters spotted it. In that moment, John and Santiago's cover as chefs was blown. A fight broke out between John and the gangsters. While John defended himself, Santiago was badly injured in the chaos. The kitchen was soon swarming with thugs. John fought them off using nothing more than a frying wok, fending them off with skill and improvisation. At one point, he even paused the fight, asking for a moment to drink some water before resuming the brawl. One by one, John beat them all. He even set one gangster on fire, sending the entire restaurant into panic. As a DEA agent, John tried to interrogate one thug about Kwang Enterprises, but the man revealed nothing. Suddenly, another gangster opened fire on them, sending water spilling everywhere inside the restaurant. In the middle of all this chaos, John rescued a goldfish from the shattered aquarium. Later, John and his superior, Officer Charlotte, entered a warehouse where they discovered Kwang had been hiding drugs inside food cans. Meanwhile, word reached Kwang that the DA had seized his shipment. His troubles were mounting. That night, Kwang went to Joey. He thanked her for the birthday gift and tried to speak with her about their relationship, about their love. But Joey did not love him. Kwang reminded her that for the past 15 years, he had taken care of her and Raymond. That reminder was enough for Joey to give in and show him affection again. At the same time, John received word of a new informant inside Kwang's empire. The informant promised to hand over Kwang's ledger. John shared this with Charlotte, but she was skeptical about the tip. John insisted that if it was real, they had to follow it. He wanted to go to Taipei, but Charlotte immediately refused. Whatever had happened 15 years ago, she warned him he could not go back there. Instead, she rewarded him for seizing Kwang's shipment, telling him to take some vacation time and enjoy himself. John agreed, but at the airport, it became clear. His destination was Taipei. Meanwhile in Taipei, Raymond entered Kwang's room. He started messing with Kwang's rhino figurine when suddenly Kwang walked in. Raymond quickly said he only came to borrow a pencil sharpener. Kwang handed him one and casually suggested they should play golf together sometime. But Raymond refused. He hated Kwang. At the same time, Joey was watching the news when her eyes caught sight of John in the footage. In that moment, memories from her past came flooding back. John had already landed in Taipei and checked into a hotel. At 5 o'clock sharp, he was supposed to receive the ledger there. Meanwhile, Joey was looking at old photographs of herself and Raymond when they were younger. But just then Kwang called for her. And here came the shocking truth. The snitch was none other than her own son, Raymond. Joey refused to believe it. But Kwang had proof, CCTV footage. Raymond shouted in anger, accusing Kwang of destroying the ecosystem and killing dolphins. Kwang snapped back saying, "To hell with your dolphins. Where is my ledger?" Joey asked Kwang to give her a minute, promising to talk to Raymond. She tried to convince her son to hand it over. Raymond told her, "Mom, I only need 5 minutes. In that time, the ledger will already be with Agent John." The mention of John's name startled Joey. Raymond begged for just those 5 minutes. So Joey distracted Kwang, trying to buy time. She began insulting him, saying that after their marriage she was forced to start smoking, and that cigarette smoke was disgusting. But to her, Kwang's own stench was even worse than the smell of smoke. She couldn't stand him coming near her. Hearing this, one of Kwang's employees couldn't help but laugh. Kwang's fury turned toward him, and he killed the man brutally. Then Kwang pointed a gun at Raymond, demanding to know where the ledger was. Raymond admitted that through a friend, he had already sent it to a hotel. Right then, the bell rang in John's room. The ledger was lying right at his doorstep. John picked it up, stunned that what he had been searching for was finally in his hands. Meanwhile, Kwang was preparing to punish Raymond, threatening to cut off his limbs with a sword. But Joey struck down another guard, snatched his gun, and pointed it at Kwang, demanding he let them go. Kwang sneered, saying she wouldn't dare shoot him. In that moment, Raymond attacked from behind, knocking Kwang unconscious. Joey and Raymond grabbed the Ferrari and raced toward the hotel. But Kwang's men had already arrived there. Inside, John was photographing the pages of the ledger. The gangsters loaded their guns and knocked on a door, but it turned out to be the wrong room. Frustrated, they went down to the reception desk and asked about the new American guest. Soon, John's doorbell rang again. This time, it was Joey and Raymond. The moment John saw Joey, he was stunned. He opened the door and asked what had happened to her face. Joey told him Kwang already knew the ledger was with him and had sent men to kill him. It was here that John realized Joey was now Kwang's wife. Raymond, confused, struggled to process everything. Suddenly, Kwang's men arrived. John pulled Joey and Raymond inside and hid them in the bathroom. The thugs opened fire on the door, then called Kwang to report that his wife was inside. Kwang ordered, "Bring my wife to me. Kill the others." The first bullet struck one of John's teammates. Another tried to fight back but was quickly overwhelmed and killed. From inside the bathroom, John tossed out a red smoke grenade. The gangsters blindly fired dozens of bullets into the bathroom. John retaliated, throwing a real grenade outside. In the chaos, he led Joey and Raymond through the air vents to escape. On his way out, he sabotaged the elevator and broke the stairwell door knob, slowing down their pursuers. By then, the police had arrived at the hotel. And right there, Joey revealed the truth. John was Raymond's real father. Police checking the CCTV cameras spotted them, but before they could catch up, the three had already fled in the Ferrari. The police cars gave chase, but Joey's driving skills, which we had already witnessed at the beginning, gave her the upper hand. Inside the car, Raymond complained, "All this time I was taking cooking classes because I thought my dad was a dead pastry chef." "But you're not dead, and you're not even a chef," John replied. "Actually, I was a pastry chef for 1 month." Then, Joey crashed their Ferrari into a pizza delivery scooter. Meanwhile, Kwang hacked into the city's traffic cameras to locate their Ferrari. His men tracked one down, but when they stopped it, they only found the pizza delivery boy inside. Joey had given the Ferrari to him. The three had already escaped via the metro. They went to a parking garage. Here John knocked out the security guard while Joey broke into a car. Raymond stared at them in disbelief, asking, "Who exactly are you two?" The three drove off. Along the way, John confronted Joey, asking why she had never told him about the pregnancy. Joey shot back, "You never gave me the chance." Joey began scolding him, saying you need to fix all this. But John just smiled and drifted off. When he woke up, he was in a hospital. They were now in Joey's home village, which made the hospital safe. John had lost a lot of blood the previous night, but fortunately Raymond had the same blood type and had given him his own. Raymond pretended to be asleep, secretly listening as Joey and John argued. Just then, other patients came to thank Joey. She was the hospital's only and largest donor. After leaving the hospital, They went to Joey's family home, where her grandmother, Papa, lived. Raymond met his great-grandmother for the first time. Inside the house, he even spotted an old buggy. Surprised, he asked why his mother had never brought him here before. John also reunited with one of his cousins. That night, as they sat down for dinner, Raymond finally asked the question weighing on his heart. He wanted to know everything. So Joey began telling Raymond about her younger days. Back then, her grandmother Papa never let her go near the water. So instead, Joey grew up becoming an excellent driver and a skilled mechanic. But one day, in their small fishing village, a package of drugs washed ashore. Papa quickly hid it, afraid the police would arrest the villagers. But eventually, the gang that owned the package came back to retrieve it. Terrified they might take Joey away, Papa forced her to run. While escaping, Joey accidentally killed one of the gang members. The others chased after her. She used her driving skills to escape them for a long time, weaving through roads and alleys. But in the end, the gang boxed in her buggy from both sides. Instead of killing her, they offered her a job as their driver. And just a few years later, she met John. From here, John continued the story. He explained how he had come to track a drug shipment. Disguised as a client, he was following a car transporting narcotics. Behind the wheel of that car was none other than Joey. The moment they saw each other, it was love at first sight. Joey thought John was a rival, so she rammed his car and sent him crashing. But later, she herself pulled John out of the wreckage. That was when she gave him CPR, and in that moment, they shared their very first kiss. From then on, John and Joey began remembering all their kisses. John accidentally forgot the fifth one, so Joey reminded him. Raymond interrupted, asking, "Then why did you two break up?" Joey answered, "For some people, work mattered more than family." And John added softly, "And for some people, they didn't even know they had a family." The next day, Papa put both John and Raymond to work shelling beans. While working, the two started talking about fish. John said, "I actually saved a fish a few days ago." Raymond quickly corrected him, "Dolphins aren't fish. They're mammals like us. And every year, Kwang's fishing boats kill nearly 650,000 dolphins." Just then, John heard the sound of Joey's old buggy starting. He went over to her and asked her to tell him everything what had happened after that last day. The story shifted back to 15 years earlier, the last time John and Joey had seen each other. Both had something to confess. Joey told him to go first. John revealed the truth. "I'm a DA agent. I came after you because of your cartel ties, to gather information. And now the DA wants me to arrest you." Hearing this, Joey broke down in tears. "So you were just using me?" John admitted, "Yes, but only at the beginning. Then I fell deeply in love with you." John urged her, "Take my car. Leave now. Go far away from here." Confused and heartbroken, Joey did as he said and fled. What John didn't know was that Joey had planned to tell him about her pregnancy that very day. But before she could, he had already sent her away. Back in the present, John asked, "Why didn't you tell me?" Joey replied, "What difference would it have made? You would have arrested me. Raymond would have been born in prison." She explained that she had turned to Kwang only to protect her son. At last, John and Joey agreed to rebuild themselves as a family. From now on, there would be no more secrets between them. Just then, Kwang received a phone call. The police wanted to question him about the hotel shootout. Hearing this, Kwang stepped into Joey's bathroom. There, he found an old photograph of Joey and John from their younger days. Meanwhile, Joey and John were lying together when Raymond suddenly walked in. John quickly hid under the bed, where he discovered Joey's escape plan, fake passports and hidden cash. John confronted her. "We promised no more secrets." Joey explained, "This is just my backup escape plan." But John told her firmly, "This time, I'm not leaving you alone." Elsewhere, the police chief asked Kwang why his bodyguards had been at the hotel during the shootout. Kwang claimed they weren't on duty at that time, and what they did on personal time was not his responsibility. He added coldly, "What you should be asking is who killed my bodyguards, not why they were there." Kwang then revealed John's true identity to the police. He said John is an agent, and that his men had died trying to protect his wife from being kidnapped because John was actually the biological father of Raymond. After this, Kwang ordered his men to search Joey's village. Back at the village, John asked Raymond if there were any other ledgers. They needed hard evidence to prove Kwang guilty. Raymond replied, his rhino. The rhino statue in Kwang's office. John understood that it's a hard drive. Just then, Kwang's men arrived in the village. They even spotted Joey. But John pressed a gun to one man's head, stopping him from reporting back to Kwang. It was then they realized Raymond was missing. He had taken his cousin's bike and ridden straight to Kwang's office. There, Raymond managed to find the hard drive, but Kwang caught him. Kwang then reached out to John, proposing a deal. He would release Raymond in exchange for John leaving Joey and disappearing from their lives forever. Reluctantly, John agreed. They planned to swap Raymond for John. But Joey was devastated. She didn't want to lose John again. Still, they had no other choice. Finally, John and Joey met Kwang for the exchange. But Raymond was locked inside Kwang's car. Kwang intended to take Joey and Raymond with him. John protested, that wasn't our deal. Kwang snapped, don't talk to me about deals. He began recounting their history. When the gang members had first captured Joey years ago, Kwang had been their leader. She had killed his best driver, so he needed a replacement. With her skills and knowledge of cars, Joey was the perfect fit. At that moment, Joey thought Kwang had killed her grandmother Papa. But Kwang denied it. I'm not a monster. Papa was perfectly safe. He told Joey, I'll always protect your family and give you the life you deserve. We could be a great team together. It became clear Kwang had been infatuated with Joey from the very beginning. And now, he was ready to kill John. Taking Joey with him, Kwang prepared to leave. But John wasn't about to be separated from his family again. From a distance, he shot the driver of Kwang's car. Kwang took the wheel himself, shouting furiously, we were supposed to be family, and you do this to me? His anger burned with betrayal, yet part of him still wanted to start over. John chased them through the alleys, finally catching up. But in the chaos, Kwang managed to grab the USB drive and escape. John began searching for Kwang near a nearby toy store. Kwang slipped away, but John soon spotted a girl who had fallen inside a theater. That meant Kwang was here. John tracked him down, pulled out his gun and declared, you're under arrest. But Kwang calmly replied, this isn't about phishing cases. This is personal. I loved Joey for 15 years, and then you came along. He taunted John, go on, shoot me. Pull the trigger. Instead, John threw his own gun aside. The two clashed in a brutal hand-to-hand fight. Inside the theater, only an elderly couple remained. They thought they were watching a thrilling 3D movie. Before long, John overpowered Kwang and won the fight. The old man in the audience cheered in excitement. Moments later, the police arrived and arrested Kwang. At the police station, John himself was also in handcuffs when he received a call from his superior. She scolded him, I told you to go on vacation, but you went rogue. John explained, I have everything on this USB, all of Kwang's records. Hearing this, his superior sighed. Fine, I'll handle it, but you need to disappear for several weeks. Afterward, John reunited with Joey and Raymond. Together, they set off on their very first family trip. During their vacation, Joey revealed to John, I'm pregnant. John was shocked. Are you sure the baby's mine? Joey smiled and replied, does it matter? And with that, friends, our story comes to an end right here. Tell us in the comments how you liked this explanation. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.